Hello. I don't want to like binge or like go hard on the desserty things. That's my outfit for today. I did get new shoes and I definitely feel like I would not run in this. But because I'm in my follicular close to ovulation phase of my menstrual cycle, I am leaning more into raw greens. I'm gonna be vlogging the next few days, so this is a great way to start it. Kevin C though made a ribeye. Hello, it's me, Sushi here. I am about to go to the gym. I figured I'd switch it up and do a vlog for this video because a lot of my videos are kind of like talking about a topic. You're hearing my thought flow, you're hearing my processing, and I'm still gonna do quite a lot of that in this video, although I have to remind myself to not process so much because if this is gonna be a vlog, I'm kind of showing you like highlights throughout the next few days, but it is feeling like a fun week to vlog because it is almost Christmas time, almost the holiday time. Christmas is actually next week, but in 2 days we are going to celebrate what my family, my mom, my brother, and I like to call Indian Christmas. So my mom just basically does like a little holiday get together with myself, my partner, my brother, his girlfriend, and it's just a fun time. We did it last year. We played like a card game and asked each other deeper questions, and it's very rare that we're all really sitting together and spending more than an hour together. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna bake up and make some food throughout the week, but right now I'm headed to a workout. I am sipping on some beet juice. Fun fact, I used to work for a plant-based supplement company and they used to have a pre-workout, and the pre-workout was pomegranate and beet based. It did obviously have caffeine from green coffee bean and green tea, but I thought it was really cool. That's when I really learned the benefits of beets and pomegranate for blood flow, and I've been really called to that. So I'm stoked on this beet juice that I have. I've been leaning into juice, and then I also have like 2 pomegranates from my friend Perla, who lives out in Palma Valley and has a farm. It's called Heart Seeds Orchard. If you're in the San Diego area, she does events out on her farm and U-Picks where you can pick fruit, but she gifted me this pomegranate, so I am so excited about that. I'm basically gonna be sipping on this beet juice on my way to the gym. It's about a 20-minute drive from where I am. Everything's a little bit far from out here in Fallbrook, but I kind of like nesting and cocooning. Yeah, we're gonna go through a workout. Okay, and real quick before I go, I wanted to show you my outfit. This period of life, I have been letting myself have fun with fashion, and it really all started when I was really consciously transitioning my closet to clothes that made me feel more feminine and not so sporty, because I really lived in more like tomboy sporty attire and even just like Lululemon yoga attire for so long. And also as I've been transforming my closet to using more organic, conscious fibers that are better for the planet and better for my skin. I wouldn't say the outfit I'm wearing right now is absolutely optimal, but I did feel like it's really nice for working out, and it makes me feel, yeah, just like feminine and fun even while I'm lifting weights. So this top is from Free People. This is not organic fibers, but I really hate wearing bras, and their tops just keep everything really snug without me having to wear a bra. And I have got like medium-sized tatas, you know? These pants are flares from the brand called Indigo Luna, which if you are into conscious clothing and attire, you've probably seen so many ads from them. I'm really impressed by they're not like the full-size flares. They go up to like kind of a capri length, but they're really, really nice and they feel really beautiful and flattering, but they're probably not what I'd wear for the gym. Maybe a yoga class, but I honestly just like wearing them out. I'm still kind of figuring it out. I'm petite. I'm like almost 5'4", 5'3", but I'm like curvy, so finding things that are optimal for my height but also allow for the thickness, that's continuously what I'm trying to work with. But I'm trying out these flares for the first time for the gym. I have been loving earthy tones and colors too. I'm a triple earth sign when it comes to astrology. Virgo is my main sun sign, Taurus moon, Capricorn rising. So sometimes I just like to feel into the earthy colors, and that's what I've been playing with the canvas. If you are into clothing, let me know. I'd love to just put more content out there of like how I've been evolving my closet and what brands that I've been loving, because I've really been, I feel like, researching and trying out many different brands to see what is optimal. So that's my outfit for today. I did get new shoes, which are New Balance sneakers, which you'll see in my workout. Up until now, I have been religiously wearing Vivo barefoot shoes for the past several years. But honestly, I go really back and forth. I'm all about the barefoot, but I also feel like I have a torn ACL. I've got some hip stuff. Yeah, sometimes having more support I think can also feel nice, so I like to switch it up. I like wearing Vivos when I'm outside, like walking a trail and stuff, but for the gym, I feel like even more protection for my feet feel pretty nice. So I just ordered those, so this is the first workout I'm gonna get in those New Balances. Okay, so these are the Vivo barefoot shoes that I have been wearing for years. I literally have probably like 3 different pairs and versions of Vivos. They are supposed to really have a wide space for the feet, the toes to spread out, really thin sole, especially this one, and then they are, you know, they can fully bend, and they're really supposed to make you feel like you're walking barefoot. And the science behind that is that when you are fully utilizing your foot for the ground, you are strengthening the muscles and the ankle and the tendons and everything that needs your foot to properly function. On the contrary side of things, I would say, like, when we're walking on pavement, when we're walking on the gym floor, when we're walking wherever, that's not like the natural God-given earth that we were always walking on. It's not like I said, a trail or a mountain or grass. It's like we're walking on pavement or cement that's actually super hard, and that's why I just cannot run, especially on cement or sidewalk, because I almost always feel like I get shin splints, and I definitely feel like I would not run in this. Like, I used to kind of hate on other types of sneakers that had like a thicker bottom, but now I'm like, dang, I would want some more bounce if I was running on hard pavement and cement. So these are the shoes that I just ordered. They were on sale for Black Friday. They're so light. My only thing is, I feel like the toe box could be a little bit wider, but honestly, this size is probably like a half a size bigger for me, so it still does feel spacious. And I feel like I'm never gonna wear these for like 10 hours straight or even 4 hours straight. I rarely wear shoes for a long period of time, because besides the gym, anywhere I go, whether it's a cafe, someone's house, wherever it is, like, I always take my shoes off. So this is my first workout that I will be wearing these type of sneakers. All right, so this is a lower body focused workout with an emphasis on mobility, because my body was craving fluidity, circulation, just not wanting to feel so tight and feel a lot more open and like warm from the inside. I just wanted to feel like my muscles felt loose, because honestly, I have not been feeling that way. I've been feeling kind of like an old lady these days. Like, my back has been tightening up and my neck has been feeling spasmy. So I just really want to change that, because I'm 28, so that's not okay. Fun fact, I used to be a fitness instructor and yoga teacher in and around San Diego for years, like literally teaching 15 classes a day and doing my workouts on top of that. That was a little over the top, hence why I've been in this slow unraveling of really questioning who I am without the gym, without this fitness lifestyle, leading me to actually canceling my gym membership and just taking almost like a full year out of any type of regular gym workouts. I still stayed active, but really leaned into like Pilates and just home workouts and a lot of walking. So
me coming back into the gym, it's about like 1 to 2 times a week now, and I'm just exploring what movements feel like, what different weights feel like for me. Right now, I am warming up my upper body. Even though it's a lower body focused workout, I like to warm up all the parts of my body. So here, I'm just really like juicing up my shoulders, my arms, really trying to create some circulation there. I really wanted to break a sweat. I really like the Stairmaster as well. That's like a really effective one. I feel like just 10 minutes on there at like any speed and I am sweating. And if you have a sauna, I actually like going into the sauna even before my workout. I think just creating that warmth in the muscles is so important, especially when it's colder days. So this next exercise, this is a Cossack squat. This is like the star of the show. It's one of my favorite exercises. All you need is your body weight. You could do it with added weight, but I feel like it's so effective, even just body weight. Your knees are tracking over your toes. Really important for your core to be engaged. So it's not like you're dumping everything into your lower body, but you're still really squeezing your glutes to push back up. This one is so effective, and I did quite a few sets of this one. Next up is the hip abduction machine, and when it comes to mobility, fire. Like, I feel like it's so good. I just stay really low weight, but I really focus on being conscious of every part of this movement. I feel like based on how tall you are depends and determines how far up on the seat you're seated. I'm like 5'3", so I scooch up. This is a drop set that I had learned from a friend specifically for this exercise, and I feel my glutes in this good. You basically start off at the highest weight that you can comfortably do with proper posture, and then you keep dropping every time you hit failure on that set that you're on without like little to no breaks. It feels so good. So anytime I'm on this machine, whenever it's opened, I like to do it. It's probably my most used machine, and I think it's a really popular one for a good reason. In fact, I feel like gyms should have more than just one of these for real. The next exercise is a leg press. There's a few variations of this machine, and I like using all of them. There's the one that's like at more of an angle where you're actually loading on plates, but sometimes when I'm not feeling like I want to load on plates, especially I have like a pinched nerve in my lower back, so lifting up plates can be a little bit hard. But this also just feels really fluid and supportive for me. I even like doing kind of like a forward fold that's almost seated. It feels really nice for my hamstrings. But with the leg press specifically, this is the one machine where I feel like I can go heavier in weight, which feels really fun because building strength and having progressive overload is still very exciting. It gives me a lot of motivation for the gym. Generally, though, I like going lower weight and really focusing on stellar form, breath, and core engagement, and just that awareness of all my muscles. Okay, this exercise is pretty fun. I highly recommend it, and you might even feel sore. Not that we're chasing soreness, but for the opening up the chest, the shoulders, the rear delts, you basically grab a handle from the cable pulley machine. You could put it on like 20 to 30 pounds or even lighter depending on how much resistance you want. You just swing your body in and around. It feels so good. This really set me up for the lat pull down. I don't like the traditional lat pull down bar. It's something that I actually stay away from. And just with upper body in general, this is also something I've taken a huge break from. I used to love doing pull-ups. I was obsessed. I got to like 8 pull-ups, which I was really proud of, but I noticed that I would just strain my body to get to those. And I really want to rewrite my story, rewrite literally the coding in my body with how I do upper body to not put so much strain in my wrists, my forearms, my neck, and my traps. So the lat pull down in this specific machine feels so good because it feels like a fluid rocking back and forth. And I just feel really, really comfortable because your feet are even propped up a little bit on this machine. I go pretty lightweight. Again, sometimes like 30 pounds, or if I'm feeling it and more heavy, I go 45 pounds. But I really try to like engage my back even before I pull down so I can feel the squeeze and the burn even with very light weight. Okay, this exercise is a cool one. I haven't done this in so long, and I had remembered it because I was like, I am focused on mobility. So this one I learned from Knees Over Toes guy. Look him up on YouTube or Instagram or whatever. He's super popular. And one of his key concepts is really stretching with weight, with resistance. So this might look like I'm pulling with my upper body, but I'm actually doing all the work in my lower body. This is amazing for your pelvic floor, but even my heels, I'm pushing out through my heels the entire time. My calves, my hamstrings, everything is working. My core is really strong. I did drop down into a deep squat and then pump out a few squats just because it feels really supportive. I haven't been doing any like barbell squats or deadlifts, just been pausing from compound lifts to protect my back these days, but this felt really good. All right, now going into hamstring curls. This has been a really great machine. I have grown to love this one. And a big inspiration for me returning back into the gym was my hamstrings, because one day I was at home, I was just feeling my hamstrings and I'm like, dang, I used to have a lot more muscle in my hamstrings, and my hamstrings have been feeling really tight because obviously if you're sitting a lot, like your hamstrings are not being active. And I feel like hamstrings can also be the most sensitive or like very prone to being pulled or just feel tight in general. So I really want to pay more attention to my hamstrings. And I also just feel like being strong in your hamstrings is great. So this machine has been really nice. I try to do single leg, which is honestly pretty difficult, even with lightweight, and then I go both. But I really try to stay relaxed in my upper body while still having a strong core. Okay, so I usually don't do like a burnout per se, but I felt really inspired to get into the studio room. It was empty. And get back into my Primal movement and my yoga, because Primal movement, I feel like, is the king of all mobility workouts that you can do. So this felt really freeing. This is like a push-up, plank to push-up, and then you pop up into a Cossack squat. So this is what I meant by the Cossack squat being like the star of the show. It felt so good, but I was wiped after this because you are really working your heart rate as you're going to this, because you are taking up space, you're moving and twirling around your body. I highly recommend this. I put my hair down to feel all primal and fun, and I just think it felt good. It felt embodied, and I'm definitely going to come back to this one. It's been a few years since I really leaned into it. I took, like an extra 10 minutes to lean into a juicy yoga flow. I think yoga, it can scare away people, and at times like it can even trick you when you're just hyper focused on the advanced postures of like standing and balancing poses. But also rewriting my story with yoga and been coming back to it these days has been feeling so good. Like I think when you're wanting to get into these more postures that require stability, but it really requires you to know your body and to know where you can balance your weight and to know where you can balance. I think that's so important, and it really allows you to dive deeper within yourself, but also with the ground, with the earth that you're on, and just all of the elements around you. I think, as corny as it sounds, yoga it really does increase your conscious awareness of all things. And that's why I appreciate the philosophy of yoga so much. It's not just the physical asana, the postures that you're doing to come back to your center and to your truth. It's really everything. Okay, these standing balancing poses, they're so underrated. Literally, if you're using your glutes and engaging, it will work your whole leg. And then I also feel like ankles are underrated. Oh my gosh, like when you are working your ankles, I feel like it's so healthy. Like your feet are the foundation, but learning how to balance and really squeezing your muscles, squeezing your core in a healthy way throughout all of these movements while balancing, I feel like is so healthy. So I repeated everything on the other side. It felt like a really good, juicy yoga flow. And then I finished up with foam rolling. Okay, I really get into foam rolling, especially with the lower body, really putting all of my weight on the foam roller and getting into the hips. I love getting into my quads, love getting them massaged. In general, the foam roller is just so good to massage out all your muscles. So if you have the time and space, even if it's when you come home foam roll all your muscles. And, you know, with mobility, I just feel like nurturing the muscles, the fascia is really the point. This was an incredible workout. I highly recommend a lot of the exercises. These are like my tried and true. After the workout, I headed to the grocery store. I just wanted to show you real quick that I grabbed some plantains. They're my favorite. Hello, it's the next day. I am out in the garden getting some sunshine. It is a self-care day, but if you have curly hair, if you have a mane, you know that sometimes taking care of the long mane, curly hair, frizzy hair, all of that is not always feeling like self-care. Sometimes it's just like a commitment, but I love my long hair. I love embracing the curls and not using an iron, so it's worth it. But right now I have an oil mask. It's rosemary oil with olive oil, and I really massaged it in. I've had it in for about 2 hours. I ate breakfast, so I'm just letting myself digest because I don't think showers are ideal after digestion. Remember, when you eat, like, your body just wants to focus on the function of eating. So giving myself time, spending some time outside digesting. I just potted the chamomile and calendula. If you remember a few vlogs ago, I was really excited to bring home some calendula and chamomile, but the bunnies just chomped on it like crazy. So I moved them to pots, and I'm gonna see if bringing it closer to the house, if they are even going to shoot up into flowers again. If it was bunnies, or I don't know, they chomped on them hard. So I don't know if they will revive, but I hope they do. So yeah, I'm gonna let the oil mask simmer in, and then I will be taking a shower, really getting into the scalp, massaging it. I have a little bit of like a flaky scalp, and basically my scalp just is really sensitive to this like coastal California climate that does run dry. When I was living in Florida and when I spent time in India where it's humid, my scalp does a lot better. But anytime the seasons are changing or it's cold and dry, it just needs that extra nurture. So the oil is definitely helping. Okay, so this is the calendula. You can just see, like, literally those were all flowers and they got chomped on. And then this is chamomile. It was so tall when we bought it. It didn't have any flowers yet, but literally it's chopped to the brim. It's basically grass at this point. So I just potted them. And then a few more updates. So these two just literally came from our compost. This, I believe, is butternut squash, and it's been thriving, but I think it got frozen a few nights because it's starting to get really cold. So we'll see if we actually get any squash. There's a lot of tiny sprouts shooting up from the compost, and then this has been growing like crazy, and we looked it up finally, and it's potatoes. I've never grown potatoes before. I don't know what to look for, like when it's ready to harvest, but we're gonna look that up. That's very exciting because I've also been getting into potatoes. My preference is sweet potatoes, but still, potatoes, anything grown from the garden, I'm down. So we'll see if those survive. This oregano is hanging in there too, which is great. Okay, and then yesterday's workout, so it was kind of like a full body mobility focus, but I still did a lot of leg exercises, and I swear, oh my gosh, like I feel my quads, my hamstrings, my glutes like crazy, and I swear it wasn't even the weighted movement, it was the Cossack squats, those side to side lunges. Those got me so good. I literally, I just need my body to be squeezed, but I have a massage gun, so I'm probably gonna do that as part of my self-care, just helping the body recover and flow. Tomorrow we are going to Orange County for Indian Christmas family time, holiday celebrating. I'm also going to be making brownies as the dessert to bring. All right, I've been chilling a little bit. I took a shower. My hair is in full curl form, which is really fun. I'm enjoying it. But after this, I'm going to put a little bit of oil on it and put it in a braid, and then that's when it really just sinks in to its ideal form, which is still curly, but a little bit more calmed down, if you know what I mean. I am making cacao right now. Honestly, it's like 75 degrees today out here in Fallbrook, San Diego. December 17th, I think. But I still feel like
our basement-ish bottom level cottage that we're in stays really cool, and after my shower I feel like my body drops temperature. I definitely try to take showers during the daytime, especially in the winter, so that I don't have like wet hair at night, and that I can also just like keep my body warm and regulated throughout the day. But I'm going to cozy up with a little cacao. I am heating it up right here. I got my cacao blending up in my stainless steel Vitamix. It's my favorite. I feel like stainless steel is the way to go. I literally drink my cacao and matcha in stainless steel as well. Also because I just like that it keeps it really hot. In my cacao, I added in chaga extract. This is so good, packed with antioxidants, but really good for immunity. And I honestly feel like in the course of the last 12 hours, I had a little bit of a mucousy layer at the back of my throat, but it has progressed into like what feels like the start of a cold. But honestly, I've been having this go on and off for the past, I don't know, few weeks. And I think I'm also just like feeling very cold temperature wise at night. So I don't think I'm allowing myself to get a full recovery. But part of me is like, do I need to completely take out milk and any kind of sugar and sweetness just for a little while? So more on that later. I am feeling like I might do a little bit of like a cleanse and a detox, but I also know there's some really good desserts coming my way in the next week because it's Christmas time. So I don't want to like binge or like go hard on the desserty things, but I also want to be really mindful of kind of my like lower immunity right now, and yeah, just be conscious with my dairy and sugar and even gluten consumption, which I feel like are all things that kind of really push me over the edge when it comes to that. I wouldn't say I'm like allergic to any of that stuff, but it's not ideal for my system. So quick brand shout outs. Obviously, I put the chaga in here today for that immunity boost, but this comes from HoneyMoo. It's the same brand I get my skincare Tallow and some of my hair care essentials from too. And they also have a hair growth elixir. I've been putting this in some of my drinks. It has rosemary, horsetail, and a few other incredible herbs that are really amazing for hair growth. And then they also have this turkey tail extract. So sometimes I put this in my matcha or cacao as well. And then the cacao, I'm using a Ceremonial cacao from Maya Moon. This one is sourced from Peru. It's 100% organic. And this whole bag is great for like 10 servings of Ceremonial servings. If you wanted to go on like a lighter serving, then it would last you for more than 10 servings, which is great. So for both Maya Moon and for all the HoneyMoo products, I have codes and discounts in the description below. And just so you know, in the background, I have got some bread defrosting, which is kind of funny. I'm going to show you my meal later, but I have just been craving meals with like toast. But again, like even with good sourdough, I still have been wanting to avoid gluten when I can. So I found a brand called Pacha. They're based in San Diego. The owners have actually started that company Boochcraft that does hard kombucha as well. But they came up with a gluten-free sourdough bread, but it's basically fermented buckwheat. And so I tried the original, and then I also have a more seedy like bread, and they had a Black Friday deal. So it's pretty funny. I ordered literally bread, but I feel like it's like the perfect little toast size, and it's gluten-free, and it feels like really dense and nourishing. Like I feel like it's so beneficial and fibrous and just like good stuff in there for me. So I will show you my lunch in a little bit. I'll see you soon. Okay, I got 2 packages today. These are the types of packages that I needed in a timely manner before Christmas time. But honestly, like it's a whole week still before Christmas, but I needed them before tomorrow to celebrate Indian Christmas with my mom. It still amazes me how we can order things and they can come so quickly. So the first thing is literally just a baking Pyrex dish. But I wanted to show you because I really liked this style of baking dish. It's glass, not aluminum. Not a fan of aluminum. We found for like just cookie baking sheets, we found stainless steel ones. This will be for brownie. It's glass, and I love that it comes with a lid because I will be baking a big batch of brownie here and then traveling with it. So this will be perfect. I actually have a banana loaf bread pan. I originally got this one months ago because I love making banana bread, and so this is like a loaf size. It feels nice to have something that I can use for like cake or brownies. I mean, it's big, so I could even put like salmon in it if I'm baking, whatever it is. This next box is a gift that originally started out as a gift for my mom, and then I got kind of carried away because I went to order, basically it's like a card game, beautiful card game where you can use it to ask questions with friends or family or in relationship, and I just love it. And we did it last year as a family for the first time, and like honestly I feel like for my kind of family where we're not often all in the same place together, and then if we have like myself and my brother, we have our significant others, and it's like that awkwardness and we kind of just need something to guide us, but like we all, you know, have the ability to go deep. I feel like it was perfect. And so the deck that I brought last year is this card deck, Where Should We Begin by Esther Perel. If you don't know Esther Perel, she is literally like a genius when it comes to talking about relationships. She's done TED Talks, she has her own podcast, she's done all the things. But I did find that even though this card deck has some lighthearted questions that are more friends focused, it still is very much relationship focused and has more like sexy like questions. There's another card deck that I had tried out when I had a roommate, and she had the card deck, it's called We're Not Really Strangers. So I was originally looking for that on Amazon, and then I was like, whoa, there's so many different editions, and the actual website We're Not Really Strangers had a huge holiday discount, and so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna order directly from the website. But then they needed a minimum to get free shipping, but then I was like, honestly, I want a card game deck for myself and Kevin, but I also want to gift one to my mom. And then there was all these other versions, and I was like, okay, cool, like I'm gonna get some of my friends this as a gift as well because I feel like they'd be down. So I got like a whole box of card games basically, but it's all from We're Not Really Strangers. Okay, so this is the original We're Not Really Strangers, and this has just a bajillion different types of questions, but they had a family edition one. So this is the one that I'm going to be getting for my mom. Family edition. And then this one I got as a gift for a friend, and it's for couples. So I feel like some of my friends who are in relationships want to go deep. And then I thought this was beautiful. They had a kid version for little big kids. My intention with this one is with Kevin's nieces. They're like age 5 and age 8. I feel like these would be perfect to play with them, but also kind of just get the kids encouraged to go deep and like ask questions in that way. But when it's like a game, it doesn't feel like, hey, how are you? Let me ask you questions about life. So there's that. And then there is a friendship edition. So I want to hold on to this one as well because I feel like anytime I'm with a group of friends, it can be really fun to go around and play this with them. Just have that be the vibe because I love going deep with my friends, and it's something I've just been called into in the past few years, honestly, but especially this year. It was just like a lot of truth coming through, and I'm like, I just really want to prioritize the friends and friendships that are like down to go deep. So anyways, I feel like the card game is a lighthearted but fun way to do that. So this is the one, the family edition, that I am hoping that we will be playing tomorrow evening. We'll see how it goes. My late lunch is done. Kind of random, very different if you have seen me eating from my animal-based carnivore days. But I got some butter lettuce that is from the farmer's market. Just been trying to get a variety of like random different greens every time. But because I'm in my follicular close to ovulation phase of my menstrual cycle. I am leaning more into raw greens, but closer to my luteal and actual time I'm bleeding, I definitely lean into more cooked greens, leafy greens, and then also root vegetables. I got a nice pork sausage on here, and then this is the gluten-free sourdough buckwheat breads that I have some avocado, some hot sauce, and then I have 2 pasture-raised regenerative eggs on here. For pork, so pork is something I've been really leaning into and doing really good with. I used to go hard on like red meat always, and I noticed having some lighter meats feel really nice. Chicken and fish is definitely great for that. However, sometimes having the meat in a more ground up form is really nice and convenient to make different things. I'm not gonna grind up fish. I like having fish in the whole fillet form and fresh. And then with chicken, not about ground chicken either. I also like having chicken just once in a while, but definitely not like a daily or even multiple week thing. Sorry, but I don't know how people do chicken breast often. I think ancestrally chickens are not even meant to be eaten that often. I heard somewhere a whole family having 1 whole chicken a week was even a luxury, and I think the way chicken digests and the sustainability of it, maybe I'm having 4 chicken meals total a month. So pork has been great, and I found this brand called Beeler's. It's not in every single grocery store, but as far as like health food stores, Beeler's can be found there. So this is what the Beeler's sausage looks like. It's not the highest quality pasture raised, but it's also, I would say, the highest quality pork you can find out in grocery stores. So they have these. You can also get like a whole pork tenderloin, which I've done before too, and I feel like the pricing is really fair. And then as far as the gluten-free bread that I've been trying, this is how it looks. It's called pacha, organic, grain-free, literally 2 ingredients, buckwheat and salt. That's all that's in here. That is my late lunch. I'll catch you soon.
All right, the day has come. So much anticipation. I got the brownie going in the morning. This is the fit for Indian Christmas. I love this set. I got it when I was traveling in Colombia. It is hand woven. I saw the loom that it was made in, fully linen. And then I've been wearing this green top pretty much like every day this week. It's hemp and organic cotton. I have been rocking the natural mane look. So all my raw curls, you saw my hair process, and this necklace Kevin got for me in Joshua Tree when we went, and I love it. So it felt like the perfect occasion. Brownie is finished just in time, literally just in time as we hit the road to Orange County before traffic. And this is my mom's place. I kind of spruced it up with Christmas lights because we kind of got rid of our fake Christmas tree. So who else has been setting the vibe on their TV screen with the jazz and the Christmas tree and the fireplace? Here, my mom is cooking all of the Indian dishes. She put so much thought into it, and I've really honed in on my favorite dishes, which she will introduce in just a second. But what I love, she gets really creative. She really tries to add in Christmassy colors, either with pomegranate here or with tomato that you'll see in the dishes. Okay, so Amma made Indian Christmas dinner.
Merry Christmas.
Okay, what do we have?
This is carrot and beans porriel, which means stir fry. And then the second one is lamb biryani.
And she puts a lot of extra meat because we like a lot of meat.
Yeah. And that is raita. That's
Christmas edition.
Yogurt and cucumber with some pomegranates.
Yeah.
And that one is chicken curry with Indian spices, with gravy, broccoli.
Yeah.
And then naan
and paratha. After dinner, we exchanged gifts. There's my brother and his girlfriend. It was super fun. We did get around to playing We're Not Really Strangers, the family edition. So much anticipation around it, and it was quite fun. We stayed up late, did go on a post-meal walk with my mom and Kevin, and it was super fun. I love these blow-up characters. I don't know why they give me so much joy. I feel like they're so childlike. And we found a house. I love my mom's neighborhood, but we found a house with like an insane amount of blow up characters. It literally made my night, and it felt like so much of the Christmas spirit, and walking at night just feels really relaxing and good, especially in Southern California where it's not freezing, so you can't complain. And that about really like ends the Indian Christmas experience. The following day, Kevin and I did a date night. I feel like those are really important, especially around family time, to really connect with your partner one-on-one still. Our new favorite spot in Orange County is called Nana-san. Such good fresh sushi, so delicious. And that about sums up and ends this vlog. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was really fun, and I know it was quite long, but if you liked this, please like and subscribe, and I will see you very soon.